Yes, the mic is plugged in. I don't know why it's not playing. Still no sound from Mel. Can you hear me? Mel. Elaine says she has sound. Purple says that she has sound. We hear you, says Amy. I can see the little graph in the corner. It's actually going up and down as I'm actually speaking. So I don't know. I don't know. I hope it's working for everybody. Mel has sound now. There you are. We can hear you. No, that's good. All right, let's start this over. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Music Trivia. Turn this. Hopefully that's it's not too low. You're not getting like a loud screeching noise from the audio feedback. Good evening. There you are. We can hear you, says Teddy. All right. Well, I don't know what it is sometimes with this stuff. Why it doesn't work. I'm completely lost. I really am. And I've done everything on my part right. Why it doesn't work is beyond me. All right. Well, let's get this thing going here. Oh, I gotta click on. Tell me if you have any issues. You shouldn't, but sound is good here. Oh, that's good. Don't know. Okay. So all the questions tonight come from the categories of rock, country, pop, and R&B. They are all rated between a 2.5 and an 8.15. So they're not really difficult. I mean, the scale is 1 to 10. 10 is the hardest. And trust me, some of those questions that are in the level 10, I mean, even if I tried at them, I couldn't get them. They're so obscure. It's like, what kind of shoes was Jimmy Page wearing, when they were in concert in 1976? How the hell would I know? How would anybody know that? Unless you're like a super fan or something. All right. First question for tonight. I hope that the live thing at the top isn't covering that up, but it says, which was the first really famous Rolling Stones album to consist of only those songs that were composed by Jagger and Richard? Was it A, Goat Head Soup, B, Some Girls, C, Aftermath, or D, Sticky Fingers? Which album was composed by just Jagger and Richard? Really famous Rolling Stones album. Good evening, Orange Tabby. D, 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 C, D, and D. D seems to be a popular one. Sticky Fingers. Starfire, good evening. Starfire is going with B, Some Girls. Which was the first really famous Rolling Stones album to consist of those songs that were composed by Jagger or Richards? Hey, I just got notification that I'm live. Oh my God. I better go check out my channel. I'm live right now. Thank you, YouTube, and your infinite wisdom. Mr. Frosty, good evening. Welcome to Music Trivia. He's going to Beatles. That's his answer. All right. Question number 1. Which was the first really famous Rolling Stones album to consist of only those songs that were composed by Jagger or Richards? The correct answer is C, as in cat. Aftermath. Aftermath was the correct answer for question 1. Question 2. Which classic rock band from New England had songs like Season of Wither, Love in an Elevator? Was it A, the Elevator Boys, B, Steppenwolf, C, Aerosmith, or D, Boston? Good evening, Betty Blue. Welcome to Music Trivia. Oh. Which classic rock band from New England had songs like Season of Wither and Love in an Elevator? Purple's going with C. Aerosmith. Amy and Starfire, C as well. Elaine is going with C as well. Nobody wants to guess A, the Elevator Boys? Aerosmith. I know a guy who claims to fame is the Aerosmith drummer offered to buy his drum kit at one point. Really? Good evening, Lieutenant RN. Welcome to Music Trivia. I've never met a famous musician like that, like Aerosmith. You know, where I've had like an interaction, you know, or buy something or sell something to them. I had a friend who used to be a studio musician for quite a few years in the Los Angeles area, but he doesn't do that anymore. Yeah, we're all old now. He's probably let's say 15 years older than me. So I know he's retired. So don't know. Let's see. Which classic rock band from New England? Maybe that's a clue. Had songs like Seasons of Wither and Love in an Elevator. JDR, welcome to Music Trivia. Trying to use a little bit of deductive reasoning. No one seems to think that Love at the Elevator Boys is the answer so far. I'm 50, hard to believe. Sneaks up on you. One day you're young and sprite, Mr. Frosty, and the next thing you know, Everything hurts, and you're 50 years old. Stephanie Fisher, good evening. Taylor is Aerosmith's daughter. 1971 in the house. Wouldn't you be 51? 1971, right? Doesn't that? Yeah, that'd be 50, almost 52, depending on when your birthday is, I guess. Purple Inks, I'm still young at 67. All right, answer to question 2 is C as in cat, Aerosmith. Aerosmith is that August will be 51. 2022. Okay. Question 3. Which Pink Floyd song featured the lyrics, "No one told you when to run, you missed the starting gun"? Is it A, Another Brick in the Wall, B, Time, C, Sheep, or D, Dark Side of the Moon? Which Pink Floyd song featured the lyrics, "No one told you when to run, you missed the starting gun"? Time, B, says Mr. Frosty. Love the Sun, good evening. Samantha Mustard McDowell, good evening as well. Welcome to Music Trivia. Janice Canfield, good evening. And I owe you a huge apology, Janice. I noticed in the last 2 streams, I have no idea why, but I referred to you as Janice like multiple times, and I'm sorry for that. I have no idea why I would say Janice instead of Janice. Just hit like. It's E. No way, Jose. Well, in answer to your question, of course, we'd all miss you. Oh, thank you, Samantha. The question was in regards to, I was on a live stream the other night on another channel. I don't know if it was for his Patreon supporters only. I think it was, but I was on a panel, and there were quite a few people who were answering the question, if a YouTube creator was to close down their channel and walk away for good, would you actually miss them or miss their content? So then I posted the question. It was actually interesting, some of the comments that I got. A lot of people would, but there was a good portion of people who said no, I wouldn't miss you at all or miss your content at all. It's like, oh, thank you. Appreciate the feedback either way. Janice, yeah. I'm an idiot, Mr. Frosty. I answered your question. Well, thank you, Amy. Reichardt, good evening. Welcome. We're on question 3 right now, Reichardt. Jim can't swim. I miss him already. Same here. Same here, Mr. Frosty. But who knows? Maybe Jim can't swim. Well, we'll be able to find a way to come back. But the same issue that shut down and YouTube pulled most of his content, except for what, 8 videos. But the same thing that happened to his channel is the same thing that happens to me on a regular basis. They rule that the content is harmful and it violates their terms of a service basically. And then when you appeal it, you lose. And you get one appeal per video, and they don't have to explain to you ever why they decided that you lost. They just say, nope, you lost. It's not exactly what you call a fair shake when they if there's like a part of the video that is harmful or violent in content, well then why don't you just give me a timestamp of that? Maybe I can edit that out. But that's YouTube in their infinite wisdom. They decide, no, it's harmful content, and they're just not going to have it on the platform. But yet there are all kinds of people that violate the rules all the time. The news networks, ABCs, NBC, Fox, they can show you the blood and guts and gore of what people have done to each other, show dead bodies laying in the street in Ukraine. That's all perfectly fine for the news channels to do it. But if Jim Can't Swim or I do it or another true crime channel does it, they strike you and they block you. And eventually, if you get enough of them, they'll shut you down for good. And then you have to appeal to try to get your channel back. All right, question 3. Which Pink Floyd song featured the lyrics, "No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun"? They do in a lot of instances, Amy, at least it feels that way. They pick who is going to be the winner and who's going to be the loser. I don't like this. I don't like to look at it that way. I like to believe that I'm in control of my destiny on this platform. So I don't like to look at it as YouTube picks a winner and or picks a loser. And they do, but I mean it's I'd be wrong to say that they don't. There are certain types of content that are always going to be favored by their YouTube and their system. And there are other ones that they're going to certainly, take a much harsher approach to in what can be monetized and what they want on their platform. That's just the honest truth. And in Reichardt, they do have their own political agenda. It definitely swings in one direction over another, and it always has, and it always will. So, all right. YouTube is communist. I don't know about communists, but they're definitely YouTube is a privately held company, and they get to it's their sandbox is the way I look at it. It's their sandbox, and they can decide at any time whenever they want to pick up their toys and tell you to get out of the sandbox. That's the way it is. And the worst thing is there really is no other platform out there that can drive the same numbers, views, and monetization like YouTube. I mean, there's Twitch and there's other platforms where you can do live streaming and stuff like that, but nothing where you can upload and make videos and content and be monetized by it. All right, but question number 3. The correct answer is B as in boy. Time. The song Time has the lyrics, "No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun." B as in boy is the correct answer for question 3. All right, question 4. Which member of the Beatles later joined the Traveling Wilburys? Was it A, George, B, Paul, C, Ringo, or D, John? Free speech and freedom of expression are dead and gone. Uh, Not really, Mel. If on YouTube they can censor whatever they want because they're a privately held company. I trust me, I don't agree with the policy that they have and what they did to Jim Can't Swim. I don't agree with what they did to me, and they've done a lot to me. Age gate, videos because they think it's inappropriate for anyone under the age of 18. Um, block videos. I lost the appeal, by the way, on the video about Christopher Watts. I lost that appeal. It'll never be shown on YouTube. It's still on my channel, but they pulled the video off of the platform. So I mean that's it happens, and it happens a lot. Some of these videos, the only other place to post them is to post them to like Patreon, but you have to have a hosting site. And Patreon doesn't host videos, but they do host live streams. So you could do a live stream and then do what I'm kind of like what I'm doing here and preview it so you see it in an actual stream, the video itself that's pre-made content. So there's ways to do it. Lily Rose, good evening and welcome to Music Trivia. They let scammers continue. YouTube makes no sense at all. Yeah, there's a whole back, into being a creator, and creating content for people to watch and enjoy. There's a whole system to it, and it will drive you absolutely bonkers if you try to figure out everything that's going on. But I still hope that someday Jim Can't Swim can come back in some fashion. These platforms are utilities and they're behaving wrong. I'm not familiar with Section 230. I kept mixing up Chris Rock's name with Chris Watts. I accidentally kept telling people that Will Smith / Chris Watts. Yeah. All right, which one of the members of the Beatles joined the Traveling Wilburys? For question 4, the correct answer is A, as in apple. George. George joined the Traveling Wilburys. All right, question 5. True or false? Paul McCartney wrote the song Hey Jude about John Lennon. True or false? Lily Rose would love to slap Chris Voss. I'd like to see Chris Watts be buried underneath the prison. Forgot to put myself in my little window. I am 1 for 1 on the questions. Low mini wheel. Yep. Mini wheel. Just little one in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner, but they put Will in the corner. It was Susan Baez. She made the same April Fool's joke 2 years ago in a row. 2 years in a row. Seen on a channel that he was in intensive care. Hmm. True or false? Paul McCartney wrote the song "Hey Jude" about John Lennon. I thought it was an April Fool's joke, Samantha. Oh, it is about Christopher Watts being in intensive care. It is. It's a joke. You gotta be careful with some of those, jokes. Roy Orbison's, Tom Petty, George Harrison. Who else was in the Traveling Wilburys? Um, Dylan. Wasn't Bob Dylan in the Traveling Wilburys? Julian. Wasn't Julian. It was John's son by his first wife. April Fools will soon be a thing of the past. People take too much offense. Jeff Lynne. People take offense to anything. If you show a picture of a puppy, someone's going to take offense to it that you didn't have your dog fixed. If you take, I posted those pictures of kittens. My wife's cat had kittens. The cat was already pregnant when we brought it in. We think somebody dumped the cat because nobody around here had a Siamese cat. Trust me, I feed enough of them. I know enough cats. I know, but no one around here had a Siamese cat, and the cat just showed up one day. But it had kittens. I posted that picture in the community tab, and I got people who were upset the fact that we didn't have that cat fixed and that we were irresponsible pet owners. I'm like, the cat just showed up one day. We didn't have the cat. The cat was pregnant when it showed up. People are too triggered. Yeah, you're gonna, with the internet, every voice, gets amplified out there. It's like, just like the cat. It's like, what did you want me to do? I couldn't, force the cat to not be pregnant anymore. I mean, I guess I could, but I wasn't going to. None of their business, Amy. Yeah, that's true. But people want to make it their business, even if they're just kidding. They want to. Oh, I'm outraged over what that you didn't have this cat fixed. Okay, thank you. You just take it with a grain of salt. Move on. Was the song "Hey Jude" about John Lennon? The correct answer for question 5 is false. It was not about John Lennon. So, question 6. Going on to question 6. What is the longest recorded song by Led Zeppelin? Is it A, Stairway to Heaven, B, Kashmir, C, Black Dog, or D, In My Time of Dying? What is the longest song recorded by Led Zeppelin? Think you need to refresh, Brightcart. If you're two and one, we're on question 6. Mandy Hall, good evening. Welcome to Music Trivia. I spent all morning long working in the garden, digging up a rock garden that the previous owners had put in. It's insane. digging up river rock, about the size, not about half the size of a baseball. All these rocks are, and pulling them out, and then and then I built a screen to sift out all the dirt. It's taking forever. My wife wants to put in a flower garden, but nothing will grow in a whole bunch of rocks. And I bought all the soil and other things to mix in with the dirt, so it actually will give the flowers a chance to even grow. Oh, okay, right, Cart. There's a lady who's sure all glitter is gold. I need a stylist. So now I'm only wishing for flowers and extinct level of events. Guessing B, says Janice. Mel, the answer is D. What is the longest recorded song by Led Zeppelin? Succulents can grow in just about anything. That's true. We have succulents in one of the beds. I mean, it works absolutely great because it chokes out all the weeds. But on one side of the house, but this is on the opposite side of the house, and I don't know why somebody would put river rock in. But and the worst part was is they dumped the river rock on top of lava rock, so there's lava rock underneath it all. Yay! You could plant chicks and hens, and they'll grow anywhere over there. Yeah, yeah. We have the chicks and hens in one of the beds on the opposite side of the house. And then we have another one that has it's a succulent that it's like little purple flowers. I can't remember what it actually is. Its name. Like, I don't know what its name is. I wouldn't know it even if I saw the name. But it's pretty good ground cover. Yeah, it likes to grow a lot. I painted rocks like cacti and displayed them with and potted plants. Oh, that's cool. My friend has this little craft thing that she does, where she paints like little takes rocks and then she paints like a picture on it. But on the back side, on the other side of the rock, it has a website address. And if you go to the website, you can say where you found the rock. And she's put these rocks all over the western United States, from Mexico all the way up to almost the Canadian border, and everywhere in between, in Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Colorado. They're everywhere, but they have a website address on them, and you can actually go to it and see where the rock has been in it, in its lifetime. And they ask you, when you go to the website, to just take the rock and put it someplace else. A lot of the rocks don't actually get put back anywhere in so a lot of people just keep them. But my friend does that too. She paints animals on them. That's cool. Cultivate the best weeds in my flower bed. Pet Rock, is that your rap name, Mr. Frosty? It's called Rack. October act of kindness. Fair play to her. All right, which is the longest recorded song by Led Zeppelin? The correct answer is D, as in dog. In My Time of Dying. The song is a little over 11 minutes in total. A little over 11 minutes. Question 7. Who recorded the song Layla originally? Was it A, Cream, B, Derek and the Dominoes, C, Rolling Stones, or D, Led Zeppelin? Who recorded the song Layla originally? PPP. I hate true crime rocket science now. I think I occasionally watch one or two of their videos. It's not something that I seek out, but I like watching a lot more of the smaller channels and creators that are just starting. But bigger true crime channels. I watch. I guess Scott Reese. He's a lawyer. But I also watch True Crime Loser, and he's getting up there. I think he's getting close to 100,000 now. I'm unknowing. I got into red, white, and Bath uni while waiting, then missed the beginning. Scott Sharp is good. I like that he brings humor into it all. There's some good channels out there. There's a lot of them have quit too. To each their own, I guess, right? I dreamt about Scott Reese, pretty much like Tom Selleck, only he was on a train. Really? I like True Crime Loser as well. Yeah, he's too full of himself. I love how he claims his credentials as I've written 10 books. Like, so what? You have to go, Mel? Well, thanks, Mel, for stopping in. You have a terrific week ahead. All right. Who recorded the song Layla originally? The correct answer is B, as in boy, Derek and the Dominoes. If you don't remember who Derek and the Dominoes are, I don't blame you. They only had one album. Derek and the Dominoes was obviously Eric Clapton, was the lead singer of Derek and the Dominoes, but they only had one album before they, kind of went their own directions. I don't like it when Scott Reese gets all mad about if you're disagreeing with him. Oh, I've never actually read the comment section, and I don't think that he actually does the comment section. I think he has people he pays to do that for him on his behalf. So I do like that. I like to listen to his take on cases that are happening, but I'm if I had to pick an attorney that I really like to listen to, I much prefer Legal Eagle or Leto's Law, Steve Leto. But Steve Leto is a consumer lawyer. He is out of Michigan, and he's like lemon law mainly. But he doesn't. He covers more of that stuff. Gary Hughes is okay, but he's another egomaniac. Hmm. I don't know about that. I've never watched Gary Hughes. Very different carnage on the train. Had a different YouTuber. His carriage was number one. My girls wanted to go to Bailey's. Where'd it go? Come back here, comment. Bailey Sarins. Alas, this was before I started watching you. Chris Watts case, I learned that he was into dark stuff with NK. Yeah, Betty Blue. He was it was a different type of relationship, behind closed doors with Nicole Kissinger than it was with his wife. Of course, we don't know what him and Shanann were into but it was definitely some different kinds of stuff, that was going on, with Nicole. And you have to base that on her actual Google, what she was researching, looking up. So, all right, next question. Question 8. True or false? The Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards has been married. Huh? The Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards has been married either time. What the hell did I write there? Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards has been married either times. Wow. That doesn't make any sense, Bill. What did you write there? Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards has been married either times? I think you messed up on that question there, Will. Lily Rose, you are correct. I have no idea what that is. And all I have is the answer key in front of me. I don't have that. I don't have no idea what the question was. It's got to be missing like an entire like sentence there or something. Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards has been blank married either time. No, that doesn't make sense. Keith Richards has been married in the period. No, I have no idea, ladies and gentlemen. But whatever the question was supposed to be for question 8, it was false. So if you guessed true, you're correct. If you guessed false, you're correct. So give yourself a mark for got one right. It's a crying shame. Good evening. It's false. Yeah, it's something. I don't have no idea what the hell the question was supposed to be. I did these like a week ago. I looked through them earlier today when I was adding the actual pictures, but I didn't see that one. Does Keith even know he's married? Gary Hughes investigates Bill Cannon as a police off the cuff podcaster. Well, I know who he is. It's just I've just never watched the content. It's a lick. It is. Wow. Let's just skip that one. All right. Queen. Question 9. Queen performed the song "Under Pressure" with which solo artist? Queen, the band, performed the song "Under Pressure" with which solo artist? A. Elton John. B. Michael Jackson. C. Keith Richards. Or D. David Bowie. Under Pressure by Queen is done with which solo artist? D so far. Betty Blue loves Queen. Wow. Teddy Rose. Eddie Eddie Mercury. The right card. E. Eddie Mercury. I don't know about Vanilla Ice. There you go. Ice Ice Baby. Another great CD. Dun 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 dun. Ice Ice Baby. Dun 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 dun. Ice Ice Baby. Because he's from the streets, man. He's got street cred. Because he's Vanilla Ice. At least he wasn't like that guy from Canada. What was his name? Yeah, who had the farmer, and he couldn't understand a damn thing after that. Radio Gaga. Radio Goo Goo. Jim Can't Swim. Queen performed the song Under Pressure with which solo artist? Snow. Thank you, Mr. Frosty. Snow. Yes, Snow is the Canadian white rapper with the fama. Blah 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 blah. I couldn't understand a damn thing that he said after that. Sorry, that's just me. Snow. Yeah. He was legit too. He had street cred. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to even mean. You have street cred. Does it make you have to have street cred, I guess, to be a rapper? I don't know. Oh crap. Neighbor fell and broke hip. Oh no. I'm sorry for your neighbor. That hurt. That hurts. I mean, I've never broken my hip, and I mean, it's going to eventually happen because I got two bad knees, and most days just getting around, is staying upright without falling over seems like a chore. Oops, must sign off. Toodaloos. You have a good one, Janice. Has anyone besides me seen what Jim Can't Swim's voice guy looks like? No, I've never seen what he looks like. Somebody told me that Jim Can't Swim, like the content on that channel was done by Scott Sharp, or Scott Sharp was like the major contributor to Jim Can't Swim. I don't know if there's any truth to that or not. Amy, I had a bad knee. I've had my left knee. I've had a 3/4 knee replacement in my left knee, and my right knee. This past year, I had ligament replacement in my right knee, MCL and PCL, and yeah. All we're trying to do is, according to my orthopedic surgeon, is to buy me another 10 years before I have to get the complete knee replacement, for that knee, because I'm considered too young for my insurance company. That it's a quality of life assessment. No joke. How long will you live versus the quality of life that you can have if we replace it now? I had stem cell injection in my knee. Co-contributed on one. The voice guy for Jim Can't Swim has a mohawk and a nose ring. Searchable on YouTube. Oh, I didn't know that. Who is Scott Sharp? Samantha, he has a YouTube channel called True Crime Loser. Will's a youngin'. Yeah, yeah. I'm a youngin'. Yeah. Don't feel that way most days, right, Cart? All right. Queen performed the song Under Pressure with which solo artist? The correct answer for question 9 is D as in dog, David Bowie. David Bowie. Okay, the next question is the prize question. Tonight's question is worth $40. So let's get the rules up here. These are the prize, rules. You can read them over or screenshot them and print them out. They haven't changed since January, and they have been approved by Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Twitch. They have all approved this along with YouTube. So, and I know that me being in the corner there takes it out. So, okay, there it goes. The entire trivia game and prize giveaway, along with the rules, have been approved by YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and Twitch as of 1/10/2022. They made me actually add the one simple rule in there that you cannot give away money over the internet. It's considered money laundering. Yeah, I know it's a dumb rule, but since you have the option between either taking, the cash equivalent or a gift card from Amazon, and because I offer that, if somebody was to, choose cash, I can't send cash outside of the United States. So I don't know. It's a dumb rule, but I have to have it in there. So read over the rules, and you have 5 minutes. If you're new here, you can use any method that is at your disposal to try to come up with the answer to the question. Use, the internet, phone a friend, reach out and, grab your husband or your wife or, sister, brother, shout out the window, ask the person who's working behind the counter, your favorite gas station, whatever you need to do. And everything goes. It's not cheating. I encourage you to use everything at your disposal to come up with the answer. The first person to answer it, obviously, is the winner. All right, and here is the question for tonight. David Bowie allegedly wrote the song Golden Years for Elvis Presley. Who else did he offer the song to before ending up recording it himself? The correct answer is 3 words. So the first person to put the correct 3 words in, as a comment wins. And Colleen 41, good evening. Love Insurance. They are the best, always in the owner's favor. Yeah, right. My favorite gas station is the one from Gas Station Encounters. I've never seen Gas Station Encounters. I'm sorry if you guys, if this question looks really faint. I forgot to change the font to, off of the gray. So David Bowie's in black and the rest of it's in light gray. That is my fault, and I'm sorry about that. But David Bowie allegedly wrote the song Golden Years for Elvis Presley. Who else did he offer the song to before ending up recording it himself? And good luck. And then I kicked the microphone stand. That's not a good thing. Third Doctor Who, Mary Angela Barnett, Sir Elton John, the Guess Who, Bill and Ben. Don't let me hear to say life's life. You know where. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. That's correct. Strawberry alarm clock, says Mr. Frosty. His wife Angie. Oh, Stephanie Fisher, that might be right. Three Dog Night, says Mr. Frosty. Or the Bee Gees are. Right, said Fred. Oh, gee, I'm sorry if I don't miss him at all. And then I'm too sexy for my shirt. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Right, said Fred. Guns N' Roses. The Pet Shop Boys. You got some really good guesses so far. You got a minute and 10 seconds left. She claims it for her. A.V. Watchman's aunt and uncle are missing. I'm not sure who A.V. Watchmen are, Amy. I'm sorry. Is that another YouTube channel? I'm sorry for my ignorance there. I don't know who that is. I think I've seen the name before, though. Sir Frank Sinatra, says Samantha. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. And no, nobody got it. Nobody got the answer to this one, which is actually not that hard of a question. But you may not even remember the band themselves. The correct answer, no, it wasn't ELO either, Mr. Frosty. The correct answer is The Left Bank. Does anybody remember The Left Bank? The New York band charted early with songs like Walk Away, Renee, and Pretty Ballerina before disbanding in 1969 under the name Left Bank. 3 of the members would later record music under several different names between 1973 and 1976, with no real success on the Billboard charts. And I thought that there might be people Alpha found. I'm going to play their song "Walk Away, Renee," or part of it. Hold on a second, it's the commercial. I have to wait for it. So much. Okay, can't play any more than that, but that was The Left Bank. but he wrote the song supposedly for Elvis Presley. Elvis did not want to record the song, so he ended up offering it to them, which was like their reincarnation. There was originally four members of the band, the Left Bank, but the lead singer quit, and so they disbanded underneath the name the Left Bank. But the three of them continued on underneath several different variations, bringing other artists in, recording music, but they were offered the song to try to get back on the charts because they hit the charts pretty hard with these Pretty Ballerina and Walk Away Renee, which I just played you a little bit of. But wouldn't have been interesting to hear Elvis sing Golden Years. Yeah, but and then David Bowie, ended up recording the song himself. So next week's trivia question will be worth $50 the next time around. Why offer it to another band? He didn't. David Bowie didn't want to record it, and actually, David Bowie wrote a lot of songs that you may not be. It might not come to mind that David Bowie actually wrote. He wrote a lot of songs. Sorry about that chime and change the volume setting from one to the other. All right, Golden Years. All right, if I can get my cursor over to the other screen here. There we go. Next question. Question 11. According to the 1974 hit by Steely Dan, what was Ricky told not to lose? What was Ricky told not to lose? A, that number, B, that woman, C, that money, or D, that style. According to Steely Dan's hit 1974, what did he tell Ricky not to lose? Neil Diamond wrote some Monkees tunes. I did not know that, Mr. Frosty. Right, Cart? A, of course. That number. 1974 hit by Steely Dan. I actually have this exact CD in the house. I don't think it's left a CD player in probably 2 years. The case just sits on top of the entertainment center. Eight, 6, 7, 5, 0, 3, 9. I've seen Steely Dan like 5 years ago or less. That's cool. I hope it was a good concert. Sia writes a lot for big artists. Yeah, I knew Sia did that. My son, I never heard of Sia, and I swear to God, I never heard of Sia until my son started watching, some of her videos on YouTube. I can't remember. I don't know what the name of the song is, but the one was like this flying school bus that's in it in the video. But he likes this song because of the storm clouds and everything else that's in it. It's the only one that you want. I've seen Steely Dan like 5 years ago or less. Man, backup singers carry it. We all get older. According to the 1974 hit by Steely Dan, what was Ricky told not to lose? What was he told not to lose? And if you really want to pick up any CD by Steely Dan, I highly suggest this CD from the Millennial Collection. All the songs have been remastered. So I mean, it's a perfectly, perfect album, especially if you're just kind of a somewhat of a fan of Steely Dan's music. Question 11. Is this the band that had the hit about Jack Back and Do It Again? Love that song. That's a great song. Song though. What is a great song though? I don't know. It's only one you'll want. I missed something there. Got to scroll up. That number. Their songs stick in your head all day. Yep. All right. Question 11. According to the 1974 hit by Steely Dan, what did they tell Ricky not to lose? Well, the correct answer is A as in apple. Don't lose that number, Ricky. Don't lose that number. All right, question 12. Which convention held in 1925, started in 1925, helped inspire modern country music? Was it A, the Mountain Fiddlers Convention, B, the AMA Convention, C, the Smoky Mountain Convention, or D, the Kentucky Moonshiners Convention? Which convention started in 1925, I should have clarified that, helped inspire modern country music? No static at all. That's what the name of the song. Which convention held in 1925 and still held to this very day? It's held every year. Helped inspire modern country music. Oh, oh, oh! I gotta put myself back in my little bubble here, my little screen. Doop, doop. Excuse me. Lieutenant RN says A, the Mountain Fiddlers Convention. Purple says A as well. Question 12. Rocky Road Lady, good evening. Welcome to Music Trivia. The which convention? D. Kentucky Moonshiners Convention, says Reichart. Starfire is going with D as well. Lily Rose, pure guess, C. Which convention held in 1925 helped inspire modern country music? And in case you guys are wondering, every single one of these are real conventions that are held every single year. They're not made up. Even the Kentucky Moonshiners Convention is a real convention that's held every single year. No, people do not bring moonshine to it. At the Kentucky Moonshiners Convention, people get together and they swap crafts. A lot of people have craft booths. I saw an actual documentary about it. But the crafts and recipes and cookbooks. They talk about folklore of Grandpa, and his moonshine days and how he went from moonshine running to NASCAR. Moonshiner sounds fun. Yeah. Hey, Will, have you ever have all your lighters die at once? This sucks. No, And I haven't, Mr. Frosty. I keep an entire coffee cup on the shelf behind me up there. I think there's like 6 or 7 Bic lighters on it, and then I always have 2 right here in front of me. But I'm sorry about that. There's nothing worse than not having being able to light whatever you're lighting. Are those conventions held up in the Appalachian Mountains? I don't know where the Kentucky Moonshiners, obviously someplace in Kentucky. I don't know where it was. At least I don't remember. The Smoky Mountain one, don't know. Obviously, I'm guessing the Smoky Mountains someplace. The Mountain Fiddlers Convention, I don't know. But the AMA convention's in Los Angeles. I know that one because AMA stands for the American Music Association. The AMA. But that one's in Los Angeles every year. And I don't know if they actually did it during the COVID shutdown. Probably not, but that'd be my guess. But Will has a secret collection of Zippos. I do. That's not a secret, but I do have them. I've got 2 on the shelf, and I've got 1 in my truck that I bought recently. And I've got an entire somewhere. I have a bag full of parts of old Zippos. All right, which convention held in 1925 helped inspire the modern country music? Question 12. The correct answer is A, as in apple, the Mountain Fiddlers Convention. And why is that? Because it's a bluegrass convention mainly. People who play bluegrass, and bluegrass is the founding, music style behind country music. But can't find it. I thought the AMA was the American Medical Association. There is an AMA that one too, Amy. But the American Music Association is another. That's a part of the music industry. So I guess there's technically probably more than just the 2 AMAs. So, all right, question 13. When was the Grand Ole Opry founded? When was the Grand Ole Opry founded? In A, 1915, B, 1875, C, 1925, or D, 2005? The Grand Ole Opry. Colleen's going with C. Mr. Frosty, 1897. So I'm guessing you're guessing B because it's 1875. When was the Grand Ole Opry? Interesting thing about the Grand Ole Opry is the Grand Ole Opry actually started over what was formerly called a barn or a barn dance or a barn gathering, and that's why you see like the background there. It looks like a barn, but that's how the Grand Ole Opry was started. It was a grouping, of concerts and musicians who would go and have a barn event, a barn, and they put on a concert or show or sing, and then other people would dance. That's how the Grand Ole Opry started. It came from that to what it is today, but indoors though. Those were indoors as well, but they were done in barns. This gal living in New England her whole life lives bluegrass. That's cool. I've listened to some really good bluegrass music. I can't name any actual artists that I've ever bought or seen in person. But I've been to some bluegrass festivals. Been a while now. Bluegrass. But when was the Grand Ole Opry founded? Star 5 is going with C. Purple C. Rocky Road Lady going with A. When was the Grand Ole Opry founded? All right, question 13. When was the Grand Ole Opry founded? The correct answer is C, as in cat. 1925. The Grand Ole Opry was founded. Well, thank you, Lily Rose. Question 14. In 1982-83, who told us they were going to party like it was 1999? Was that A, Madonna, B, Cher, C, Prince, or D, Whitney Houston? In 1982-83, who told us that they were going to party like it was 1999? Minnie Pearl and her hat with the price tag on it. Yeah, I used to, when I was younger, we used to watch the Grand Ole Opry. It, we didn't watch it all the time, but it was something that my dad liked to watch. More Beatles questions, please. I don't think there's any more left on tonight's trivia, Mr. Frosty, but I can see if I can add them next time. Rest in peace, Minnie Pearl. I think a lot of the old opera stars, from the like Roy Clark, Buck Owens. I think they're all gone by now. Slim Whitman used to be on there quite a bit. But I'm pretty sure most of them, if not all of those stars, are gone. It is formerly known as Whitney Houston. It was a shock when he passed away. Prince, yeah. Yeah, it was. I didn't see it coming. But, again, look, we lost both Prince and Michael Jackson to propofol. Overdoses of propofol and other medications on top of it all. I still think, and they ruled that Michael Jackson was murdered, basically. Was murdered. It was, in medical malpractice for sure from his doctor for what he was giving him. In 1980, Madonna, says Diana, and welcome. Diane. C, of course, in 1982. What does that work out to? I gotta use my calculator. I mean, my damn brain's not working. Let's see here. 22 minus 1982. That's what I thought it was. It was 40. It's 40 years ago. Oh my gosh. Does everybody remember where they were in 1982? Assuming you were alive, born before 1982. 1982. I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I was there, and when that song came out. Mr. Frosty, you want some propofol? Uh, I'm an RN and all the patients, no matter rich or poor, get the same treatment from me. Well, that's very ethical and very nice of for you to do, Amy. I I know especially when it comes to what people get, if they're poor, the quality of care that people get in the medical field if they're poor versus what if somebody who can private pay is a lot of difference. But thank you. That Dr. Conrad only got a few years in jail for the drugs he gave Michael Jackson. I know. What would Michael be doing today? So, Colleen, you were 9 years old in 1982, huh? Purple was in Key West, Florida. See, I this is how I know where I was in 1982. You have to think I've been around, I've moved around the United States, and I've, West Coast, back east to Minnesota, back here and back and forth. But the way I always remember where I was, in a particular year, is because of the Minnesota Twins went to the World Series and won the World Series. So I know where I was at that time because of that memory. So I try to pick memories along the line and say, okay, where was I in 1990? In 1990, I was living in California. So Reagan era, yeah, Reagan and voodoo economics. Lily Rose was in school. Sorry, no, sorry. At 82, in 82, I was 5, born in 76. Mm. Michael Jackson would probably be getting slapped by Will Smith if he was still alive. Oh no. He resigned from the Motion Academy of Actors. Will Smith did. Lieutenant RN was in nursing school. All right, question 14. The correct answer is C, as in cat, Prince. Prince said he was going to party like it was 1999. I listened to you way back early. Christopher Watts days, always good job with a tough one. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Starfire, you can't remember that far back? Call Dr. Shipman. Oh, yeah. Dr. Shipman will fix you up real good. It's a crying shame. I like the yellow mic. Is it a minion? And actually, it's actually not yellow. You know, it's gold. And no, it's not real gold. It's just gold cover. It had a windscreen on it, but I broke it. I broke the windscreen that's supposed to be in here in front of it, so you don't get a lot of like the top end, especially when I say B's and S's, and P's. But I broke the stupid mount for it. I ordered another one on Amazon along with another camera, and neither one of them have shown up yet. And they were supposed to be here the 19th. Obviously, that didn't happen. And so I have to remember to go back onto Amazon and check to see what the hell they are. All right. So question 14 was C, Prince. Question 15. What was the name of George Michael's debut solo studio album released in 1987? Was it A, Leap of Faith, B, Faith, C, Poem of Love, or D, Higher Times? What was George Michael's debut studio album called? And if you, it says debut studio solo album. He did release two 12-inch record singles that came out that did not come out before the actual album itself, but they did not carry the name of the actual album because they're 12-inch singles. Do you call it Kevin? Yeah, Golden Kevin. My per water filter pitcher, pretty sure it ain't filtering jack shits anymore. Look at that hair, right? What was the name of George Michael's debut studio solo album released in 1987? Do, 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 do. You gotta have G. Tales from the Men's Room. Wow. I think it was gel or was it mousse? Could have been like, Paul Mitchell, like foaming Paul Mail or whatever the hell it was. That was a really popular. Could have been Aquanet hairspray. I don't know what he was using there, but that's definitely some volume. I don't know if it was gel though. It could have been. Definitely could have been. The big hair days, bangs that went up forever. I'm acting that out, and nobody can see me because I forgot to put myself back in the little corner. Like the hair, with the big bangs. Oh boy, hair mousse, yeah, hair mousse, Aquanet. I think that I'm the only one in my house that uses anything. My wife doesn't use like gel or hairspray or anything. Oh, the big hair days. It was hilarious when Arnold Schwarzenegger sang the song "I Gotta Have Faith." Really, I've never seen that. I'll have to look that up see if I can find it on YouTube later. Big hair and makeup, that was just the males. Yeah. I used to my bedroom was directly across the hallway from the second bathroom in our house, and with four teenage girls. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't go in that bathroom. You have to turn on the fan to fumigate it because that's all the damn hairspray that was in there back then. It was terrible back then. Who was male or who was female? All right, what was the name of George Michael's debut solo studio album released in 1987? The correct answer is B, as in boy. You faith. You gotta have faith. Alberto VO5. Did you have a mullet? No, I've never had a mullet, Starfire. Never had a mullet. I've most of my life I've had either a high and dry, um, buzzed. The sides are buzzed, and there's maybe an inch of length of hair on the top, or half inch of hair, somewhere along that lines. But My father pretty much wouldn't allow anything too long, and I just kind of it's the way it was when I was younger, so I kind of pretty much kept it that way. I think right now is probably was the longest. Well, not the longest, but it's close. It's getting there. The place that I've been going for years to get my hair cut, yeah, they're still on a waiting list. You have to call and get on a waiting list to even get into the barber. Now, there's only like 3 or 4 places so that I would go to here. There's like super cuts and they have like this one that serves like beer and nachos while you get your hair cut. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but people like that for some reason. And then I have this place it's called Gonzalo's. They've been there since like 1915 in one location cutting hair. I have 5 daughters, and any aerosols are banned. Do they even make those things anymore? I think they got rid of the aerosols, and now they're just with compressed air in the hairsprays. But anyways, moving on to question 16. If I can get my mouse over to the other thing. There we go. 16. Belinda Carlisle was the lead singer of which 80s girls band before achieving a solo success? Was it A, the Go-Go's, B, the Smiths, C, the White Stripes, or D, the Ghetto Boys? Belinda Carlisle was the lead singer of which 1980s girls band? Mo Beans, New Jersey. Good evening and welcome to Music Trivia. Can't stand hairspray. I always wonder how stuff like that ever got invented. I never knew. It's a pretty cat. At least it looks like a cat, black and white cat. Circle in the Sand, 88. I mean, but think about that for a second. Hairspray. How did hairspray get invented? Who thought that would be a great idea to put lacquer thinner and other things in a in some kind of concoction and then be able to spray it on someone's hair and say that's a good idea, and without it like destroying the hair. They had to come up with the proper amount of it, because too much would basically destroy someone's hair. Reichardt, the Go-Go's sound like an 80s band name. Well, every one of those, Reichardt, is an actual band. Not making any of those up. They're all real bands. But which one was Belinda Carlisle, the lead singer of? This is the Ghetto Boys. This is from, when was this released? Yeah, I got to put on my glasses. Obviously, I can't read that fine print. All right. It doesn't say there on the jacket. It doesn't say on the cassette. No, it does not. Does it say it in the liner notes anywhere? There we go. 1990. The Ghetto Boys. Same guy who invented the flamethrower, invented, hairspray. Mom in the 1960s had their hair set at the salon once a week, just added spray every day, never combed it. Crunch. Ah, man. So it makes it stay pretty. All right. Question 16. Belinda Carlisle was the lead singer of which 1980s girls band? Well, there's only one all girls band there, and that is the Go-Go's. The Smiths was the band that Morrissey was the lead singer of. The White Stripes is well, they were a husband and wife. That's Jack White, right, or whatever his name is. Yeah. And the Ghetto Boys is, well, no, there's not a single woman in that band. But the correct answer is A as in apple, the Go-Go's. Question 17. Tommy used to work on the dock. The union's been on strike. He's down on his luck. It's tough, so tough. Are the first lines of which 1987 smash hit? Is it A, Crack That Whip, B, We Have Guns in Our Schools, C, Manic Mondays, or D, Living on a Prayer? Clapping that smart group. Tommy used to work on the docks. The union's been on strike and he's down on his luck. It's tough, so tough. Are the first lines of which 1987 smash hit? Crack That Whip, We Have Guns in Our School, Manic Mondays, or Living on a Prayer? Speaking of big hair and makeup, D. Farrah hair. And welcome, Charlie. Welcome to Music Trivia. I'm glad you could be here with us. Farrah, as in Farrah Fawcett hair. That's true. Mr. Frosty Bon Jovi. Tommy used to work on the docks. The union's been on strike, and he's down on his luck. It's tough. So tough. Linda? I will. Late to the game. Sorry. How are you doing? I'm doing good, Linda. Thank you for joining us, though. We're at question 17, but you can always watch it again and rewind, afterwards. If y'all like the trivia, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. We're trying to figure out what was the name of this song. Tommy worked on the docks. The union's been on strike. He's down on his luck. It's tough, so tough. Are the first lines of which 1987 smash hit? New Jersey's boys. They live near the dock. John Bon Jovi is from Jersey. Epic tune. It is an epic tune, Samantha. It is. Mo Beans, New Jersey. Farrah's Angels. Charlie's Angels. Well, thank you, Samantha. I appreciate that. Tommy used to work on the docks. The union's been on strike. He's down on his luck. It's tough. So tough. Ducktail. My grandpa called it Ducktail. Ducktail. Like a haircut? Is that what a ducktail is? I'm not sure. Hmm. All right, question 17. The correct answer is D as in dog, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi's Living on a Prayer. Crack That Whip is by the band Devo. We Have Guns in Our Schools is by The Replacements. And Manic Mondays was a song by Manic Mondays. But there was other bands who had the same name, so don't get it confused with other bands who had the same song, the name of the same song. Is B, we have guns in our school, even a song, Lily Rose? Yes, it was. It is by the band The Replacements, and it's on the album Stink. Stink, Stink. The Love Boat soon will be making another run. The Love Boat. All right. Question 18. Who famously told Johnny Cash to go home and sin, then come back with a song I can sell? Who told? I thought Manic Mondays was Cyndi Lauper. Reichardt, there may be more than a couple of different bands or artists who had the same name. That's why I prefaced that with that Manic Monday. I think the Bengals also had a song that was similar to that too. But who famously told Johnny Cash, go home and sin, then come back with a song I can sell? Manic Mondays was Bengals. That there was a band also called Manic Mondays. I think they're from, I want to say Boston or New England. They don't matter. There's a lot of different, when it comes to songs out there, you'd be surprised how many songs are by the same. Just go to like YouTube and put it in the name, of a song. Like, pick a name of a song and put it in and see how many different matches, you can come up with. Some songs, there might be 20 or 30 different songs out there, but with the same name. You only know of maybe one or two with the same song, or maybe they changed one little thing about it, the spelling, to a number instead of a letter. I hate that. People have spell words with the numbers instead of letters. Instead of E's, they put a 3. But who famously told Johnny Cash to go home and sin, then come back with a song I can sell? Was it A, David Cooper, B, Sam Phillips, C, Gene Autry, or D, Willie Nelson? The plane. That was Tech 2. Liquid Glue, LOL. Just another Manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday. There's a lot of songs if you think about it, about the different days of the week. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Are songs that if the title may be different, but they're singing about that different day of the week. There's a lot of songs out there if you actually sit down and think about it. There's probably at least a couple dozen for every song. I mean, every day of the week, a song for it. I don't have a to run day. Just another Manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday. Brenda Slater. Charlie's going with D, Willie Nelson. Mr. Frosty says Sam Phillips sounds right. Friday on My Mind. Easy Beats. Who famously told Johnny Cash to go home and sin, then come back with a song I can sell? Complete guess, eh? Right card's going with Gene Autry. Sam Phillips sounds about right. Brenda Slater. She was with the lead singer of a band. I know she was. Bengals? I think she was. Bengals. I think she was the lead singer of Bengals. Love the Ring of Fire. Brenda Slater, tell me why I don't like Mondays. Where is it? Wow. I don't know. All right. Who famously told Johnny Cash to go home and sin, and then come back with a song I can sell? That would be B as in boy, Sam Phillips, the owner of Sun Records. Sam Phillips told Johnny Cash, I'm sorry, I'm not going to record any more gospel songs. Because that's what Johnny Cash wanted to record was gospel, and religious hymns. He said he couldn't sell that. He told him to go home and sin and come back with a song that was, he could sell. Something that had to do with rock and roll, this new rock and roll thing. So that's what he told him. Sorry, got the wrong surname. Brenda Spencer. Stephanie's going with C. Jonathan. The correct answer was B as in boy, Sam Phillips. I felt sorry for her. She lived a hard life. Question 19. Which 1987 Whitney Houston single became her fourth consecutive U.S. number one and her first U.S. platinum selling single? Was it A, I Want to Dance with Somebody, B, When You Believe, C, Higher Love, or D, Greatest Love of All? The devil attacked him at his highest point in life, is what Denzel said. He did as he was told. Which 1987 Whitney Houston single became her fourth consecutive U.S. number one and her first U.S. platinum selling single? I Want to Dance with Somebody, When You Believe, Higher Love, or Greatest Love of All? All lovely songs, A, says Lily. Mo Beans is going with D, Greatest Love of All. Whitney Houston, what a tragic waste. Sorry that everything turned out terrible for her. in the end. Oops. And then I smacked the side of the mic. Good job. Good job. Ooh, I said A, but I'm going to change to D. I love the greatest love of all. So sad, says Colleen 41. What a beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. She was pretty talented in a lot of different areas. She could act too. Yeah, she had a lot of things. But she had her demons just like a lot of other stars out there. Puff puff pass. What a beautiful voice. I don't, Reichardt, I've thought about that a lot over the years. Like, who was really the one that destroyed who? I mean, we could easily look back and say Bobby Brown, destroyed her. But I think the two of them together just, their addictions just fed off of each other. And they were both going down, regardless. As long as they stayed together and they had money, it was just a match made in hell because neither one of them should have been anywhere near the other one. I drove in front of her house in New Jersey. No one destroyed another. We all allow ourselves to be destroyed. That's true, Stephanie. Sorry, typo. A boat only sinks if you keep letting water in, but you can jump off. "1987, Whitney Houston's single became her fourth consecutive U.S. #1 and her first U.S. platinum-selling single. Which one of those was her first platinum-selling single and her fourth consecutive #1 hit? I'm guilty of allowing myself to be destroyed. I'm building back better every day. You go, girl." I'm allergic to propofol. When I had my knee surgery, that came up on my on the list of medications that I'm allergic to because it's a commonly used uh, medication for surgery. So they had to do a spinal block, and then they did a nerve block in my actual leg itself, and then they used some other medication to put me down. They do the ligament replacement surgery, but I'm allergic to propofol. It makes me have an extraordinary uh, hallucinations. So can't take it. Which 1987 Whitney Houston single became her fourth consecutive U.S. #1 and her first U.S. platinum selling single? The correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, is A as in apple. I Want to Dance with Somebody. Question 19 is A. A as in apple. I Want to Dance with Somebody was her first platinum selling single. Question 20. The Power of Love, a song which gave Huey Lewis and the News their first U.S. Billboard Top 100 one single, was the theme song to which 1985 movie? Was it A, Ghost, B, Roadhouse, C. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or D. Back to the Future? Spinal Tap, that's old British spoof movie about a rock band, definitely one to see. Spinal Tap, the spoof group itself. I have OCD and I have to stay till the end. Mr. Frosty, this is the last question. There's only 20 questions. Diana, thank you. And yes, sometimes 1 minute at a time. The Power of Love, a song which gave Huey Lewis and the News their first U.S. Billboard Top 100 #1 single, was the theme song to which 1985 movie? Was it Ghost, Roadhouse, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or Back to the Future? Which one was it? The Power of Love. I have OCD. It's like OCD except in alphabetical order, like it should be. I looked at that and read it wrong. I have CDO. It's like OCD except for in alphabetical order. I swear I looked at that and my mind said it was OCD. I have OCD like OCD. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. Now if I look at it, that one, now it's funny in alphabetical order, alphabetically. Boom, boom, chaka, chaka. Power of Love, a song which gave Huey Lewis and the News their first U.S. Billboard Top 100 #1 single, was the theme song to which 1985 movie? The correct answer for 20 is D as in dog. Back to the Future. Back to the Future. That's it. That is all 20. Hold on while I turn this stuff off so I don't forget to do it again. I constantly forget to do that. Well, that's all 20 questions. I hope everybody had fun tonight with those 20 questions. Roadhouse rules, though. Roadhouse. So what? Two of those. Well, Ghost and Roadhouse both had what's his name? The actor in him. I can picture him. It's going to come to me. I'm sure somebody else will figure it out. Crap! I knew it. I almost changed it. Didn't do so well tonight. Well, there's always next time, Linda. Patrick Swayze, that's what it is. Thank you. Both of those, Ghost and Roadhouse, had Patrick Swayze in it. Awesome. For this tiny bit, I was on a good job. Will, as usually, keep him busy. Good. Thanks, Will. Came in towards the end. Well, Mo Beans, since you're in New Jersey, I'm in the West Coast of the United States. So I'm on Pacific Daylight Time over here right now until Congress pulls their heads out of their butts and we get rid of daylight savings time because nobody needs to be on daylight savings time anymore for the railroad. But so what you would be what 3 hours difference, right? Or 4 hours difference? Because right now it is 7:07 right now where I am. Samantha, it's 3:07 a.m. there. Amy, you're in New Jersey as well. Thank you, Will, for another good Sunday night music trivia. Good conversations. Y'all have a good week. Peace out. You as well. Thank you for being here with us. It's 10:07 there. Mo Beans. So yeah. So it's three hours difference. But we do this every Sunday night at 5 p.m. my time. So that would be 8 p.m. your time. So, you can set like an alarm or a reminder on your phone or something. That's what a lot of people do. You can't rely on YouTube's notification to, let you know when the streams are going to happen. I mean, we were 10 minutes into doing the stream, and that's when I got notified that I was live. 10 minutes into it. You got to love their system. They don't even notify me when I'm live. And that's a rarity that I actually get notification of when I'm live. It's 10 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I thought the East Coast was 4 hours difference from West Coast. But it don't matter. I mean, we should be getting rid of daylight savings time and all that stuff. Spring forward and fall back. Thanks, Will. Great to see you. Have a wonderful week. Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, the notifications are ridiculous. Yeah, right. Yeah, you can't rely on the notification system for anything. Did the babysitter ever show up, Will? Super Chat Cat? The other day? No. No, she was out of town. And then when I finally got a hold of my mother-in-law to supposed to be here for to watch my son, she's like, "Well, I'm no. If I left right now, I could be there in 3 hours." And I'm like, "Okay." Well, I go, "Just don't bother." She's like, "All right, well, sorry, but she told me the wrong time." So it happens. My wife is working now, so she was out of work for almost a year, but she's finally back, working, doing research for a major university. It's a research project. So she works Monday through Friday, and then every other weekend she has to work on Saturdays. So we don't have daylight savings time in Arizona. I got here late because I didn't get a notification. Hey everyone, have a great weekend. Looking forward to another Josh Duggar skit. Will? Yeah, well, things are a changing though. When it comes to my channel, some things are staying and some things are going to be moved around or discontinued. Some things may move to my other channel that I have. It's 411 Now variant. That's the name of the channel. Some things might move to that channel, and some things might stay here, and then other things just may discontinue altogether. I'm not sure yet. We're still going through the actual analytics for everything that I do all the different content, but some of it, I've definitely done this to myself. It's not anybody else's fault. I've looking at the analytics, for my channel. A lot of it is I've fragmented my audience, and those who watch my content to a great part. So people who tune in to watch a comedy skits, about Josh Duggar, that's what they want to watch. They don't necessarily want to watch true crime, content. They don't want to watch music trivia. But here I am. I'm offering three completely separate, genres of content, and a lot of people. I've heard from a lot of people, and viewers of my channel who's like, "Hey, you know what? I didn't tune in for this. I like the comedy, but I don't really like the trivia or the skits." So I have to figure out what to do for everybody. Can't make everybody happy though. Fantastic news. Betty Blue D. The last one? Last question? Don't know what Betty Blue must be behind. Multitasker Will. Yeah. Multitasker. Some days, Rykart, it doesn't feel like I ever leave here. And I'm here every day trying to figure out, how to make this all work. Multitasking is an understatement. You have to have the creator hat on, and then you have to have the analytical hat on, and then the compliance hat. There's so many hats you have to wear after a while for to do any of this. And it's way more complicated than it has to be. And in some aspects, I wish I could just go back to where I was, 2.5 years ago, where I didn't have to. I mean, I had to worry about it, and I had to, play within the rules and everything else. But the goalpost with YouTube keep on moving, and just when you think you're getting close to where you need to be, they move the goalpost, again. So it's hard to know exactly where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing. Will Elizabeth ever do a live stream with you? Super chat cat. I don't know. Yeah, she works, so she's kind of busy. She might someday. Thank you for your time tonight. Trivia and chats are fun. Night all. Thanks. Well, thank you, Betty Blue, for being here. Yeah, Betty Blue must have been behind where the comments are. I've always liked the true crime. You're factual and you don't do the drama, but really enjoy the trivia as well. Well, thank you, Lily Rose. I don't think that when it comes to the trivia, I don't think that that's ever going to go away. It may not be the type of content that everybody enjoys, but I enjoy it. It's relaxing for me. Putting together the actual trivia night itself may only take a couple hours to put the questions together. Obviously, I need to proofread them more. I mean, that's obvious, but I enjoy doing them. So it's not like it's at work. It is, but it doesn't feel like work because I get while I'm actually putting the questions together, I'll come across a question and I'm like, oh man, I forgot all about that band. So I'll open up another tab and I'll play it on YouTube and listen to the song. Excuse me. But I enjoy it. I wish we could get more people, involved in it, and playing along. I think it'd make it a lot more exciting if we had more people. But like tonight, I think we hit the 25, which is, I don't know. I don't get a lot of people that take part in any of the live streams. So Saturday morning, I talk about true crime news, and then I have open chat afterwards. But that doesn't even resonate with with my subscriber base for the total amount of people who subscribe to my channel. You would think that it's like, oh, you could easily get 100 people out of 33,000 people to show up. No, no, no. Nope. Most successful stream I ever had, I had 176. And that was because I did a stream about Christopher Watts. Will, do what you enjoy. Life is short. That is absolutely true. Life is too short. If you don't stop and take a look around once in a while, you could miss it. To quote Ferris Bueller himself. Were you live this Saturday morning? No, Reichart, I was not. Was not. No live. They didn't do it. They didn't have a Saturday morning live stream. Kind of a disappointment. There wasn't anything I could do about it. But anyways, everybody, I want to thank everybody for stopping in and playing tonight. If you want to hear trivia questions about a band or an artist that themselves, make sure you put it in the comment after this video. The stream is over with. The comments underneath the video, and I'll try to add them or that type of music or genre or whatever next time. And I wrote down the Beatles for Mr. Frosty. Mr. Frosty asked for more Beatles, trivia questions. So I've always liked your true crime, but mostly I enjoy listening to your take on things in general. Well, thank you, Teddy Rose. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But anyways, everybody, thank you again for being here tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead and stay safe out there. Until next time. Starfire, Led Zeppelin, please. That's one of what Starfire. That's one of the requests that I've had to do just the whole stream on. Pink Floyd's Led Zeppelin, Robert Plant. Those are. I've got a whole list of ones that people have suggested. Just the whole stream be about that, that band or that artist. But at the same time, there are a lot of people who listen who it would alienate, if I did an entire 20 on just this band. But I could. I might have to do it on a set, like two separate, trivias. One just on that band, and then one, general with mixing in the different categories in, styles of music. But I love your take on things also. Well, thank you, Reichart. I appreciate it. All right, everybody, you all have a great week. Thank you again.